Hi there. I want to I noticed that there was some issues. So I'm not sure what happened there because when I checked it before it was correct and it must have accidentally reverted to an older save. But Jon, our guest tonight, is not a Saber competitor. He is our host on Hearts of Kyber.
What's up, Rick?
And our flow of the show is not Tyler Spades. That's from last week. Tonight's flow of the show is Sparkles. So I do apologize for.
I was going to say, I thought we had Tyler last week.
Yeah. And so I'm like watching, like, oh no. And it was weird too because it says GPU acceleration renders. Or like, when I go back and watch it, it doesn't say that. So it's really tough. Oh, Cody. Hi, Alex. Gosh, hi Robert, hi Rick, hello everybody.
Big V, sorry you missed the last giveaway. Last week we did give away a NeoPixel Dark Set. Was that last week? Yes. Yeah, that was God. All these days are just flowing. What is up, Cody?
I'm sorry, Big V. Yeah, life stuff happens. It just that's just what happens, unfortunately. Sometimes.
It's all those pesky kids getting in the way of us living our lives.
Yes, it's pesky children. So how are you? How are you this evening, sir?
I'm I am surviving. We're trying to figure out SAC anime. We're so excited about that. That is next month, but we've got stuff coming up before then. So we're just trying to get it all figured out.
Get your head around it and wrap around and all that.
God, there's so people don't realize, that you go to a convention and you see a vendor there, but a lot of times people don't think about what it took for that vendor to get in that spot, right? So
it's just
go ahead. A lot of these vendors are driving up from like LA to come be at SAC Anime. They're driving a long time. That means gas money, hotel money. They got to eat. A lot of times it's like a husband and wife duo or something like that. I don't have that situation myself. I have a store manager.
You're Steven.
Yes, and unfortunately you have to pay when they're not your spouse. You have to pay them. I don't want to marry Steven.
Love you, Steven. It's just like when I first started streaming, people don't realize how much effort goes into making a channel. Just like how we work on here, a lot of work goes into it behind the scenes. You don't just turn on and then you stream. There's a lot of technical work. There's a lot of channel work, all that kind of stuff. So that is that. So, sir.
Yes.
It's time for the nerdy news.
Nerdy news.
So, actually, both nerdy news are Star Wars related, which makes me very happy. So, the first nerdy news is that Mandomania kicks off this week with new merch. And you see what's in the top right there? That is a little Grogu Tamagotchi.
I know. I saw that one.
I'm kind of like, yes, please.
I did kind of fanboy out over it. They made for Christmas last year, they made an R2D2 one. And I was like, cool. Oh, that's kind of cool. But now they have a Grogu.
Yeah, I'm like, ooh. And then I'm kind of like, I'm a journal maniac. What a lot of people who don't know in the channel and stuff. I have like 6 or 7 journals that don't have anything written in them. Because like I feel like I don't like journal like a diary. I journal like creative writing, and I feel like I need to be inspired before I can just start writing.
Right.
But then I like kind of adjusted a little bit to writing into Google Docs. So, I was like, then I don't write as much or whatever. Anyway, so that's my thing. Okay, so makes me want to get the journal is what I was saying. So if you want to check out all of the products that they're talking about, there is a link in the description below. And the next bit of news, there are so many celebrity guests confirmed for Star Wars Celebration Europe 2023. These are just some of the names, right? You'll recognize, for example, Carl Weathers. He's the High Magistrate on Mandalorian. Right? There's so many good people. Ian McGregor, Andy Serkis, Billy D. Williams, Gwendolyn Christie, Ming-Na, Hayden Christensen. Wow. There's so many people, and there's way more than this. I just could not fit in one graphic. So if you want to check out all of the people listed, you just check out in the description below. There is a link to an article telling you all who has been invited. My empty wallet screams.
Yeah, and I'm thinking too, like Tim Donaldson, who is our local neighborhood Jawa. I can't remember. I want to say he was going out as well. I don't know if C. Andrew Nelson is. He's our local Darth Vader from the special editions. So they may be coming out as well. But of course, they're not quite as big known names as some of the people that you had up there.
So I just think that looks really fun and exciting. And yes, it's in Europe, so it's across the pond. So all of our Euro fans can go and see that.
Yes,
it's in London.
Last year. It moves around, so it's good. It's good for our European fans to get out there. What's up, Danny?
Hi, Danny.
No giveaway tonight. We are 74 people away from our next Saber giveaway.
That's exciting.
And I just want to remind you for those
that
may be new with us, please like, subscribe, and share. Every 100 subscribers now, we are giving away a Saber. And this month, I want to let you guys know too, on our website, make sure to go to kybercave.com. We have 20% off on everything site-wide. However, we're having some issues with the website right now.
Just on Sabers.
Just on Sabers. I'm not doing it on everything.
You said just on Sabers.
Well, then I'm saying site-wide now. What difference does it make? Does it make a difference? We're doing a site-wide. Screw that guy.
Oh, my goodness.
So the only challenge is for some reason our Square is not like when you go to buy the thing, it's not telling you get the 20% discount. So for right now, until we get this figured out, if you were trying to use the website and it's not giving you a discount, please either message us through Messenger or email us. You can email us at kybercave.com. kybercave@gmail. I'm sorry. kybercave@gmail, or on Messenger, we're kybercave. You can find us there. But we will get you worked out with the manager, and he will get you that 20% off.
Yeah. Try not to do the necessarily the Kyber Cave Productions one, because the YouTube channel has like no real access to the store stuff specifically.
Yeah, so do the Kyber Cave, not Kyber Cave Productions. That way it will go to our store manager, Steven, and he will get you taken care of. But yes, I do want to let you know that we do have a 20% promotion going on right now. I'm going to let you know in a little bit why we're having this 20% promotion as soon as we get into the interview. And all will be known at that point. But before we do that, we have something special.
Yeah, so we have our producer, James Kaiser, who sends us the flow of the show every week. And yes, this person is not Tyler Speeds. The flow tonight is Sparkles is their name. Sparkles for short. So without further ado, please enjoy Sparkles Flow of the Show. I spelled James's name wrong. I am full of it. Full of a mess tonight. I feel like I've had his name wrong for a while, and I am so sorry, James. I know that's got to be really annoying, and I apologize. And that will be fixed before next week. Now that I see it.
Sparkles, that was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that was really cool.
A lot of flow similar to that, but what really caught me on that one was that was like one long piece without breaks. Usually like you'll see a break or a stop as they transition into like another move. But
does anyone have an extra lawnmower blade that I can borrow? Yeah, and it was really cool because you can, if you look carefully, you can see how he's using his body to keep spinning it as he's moving. Right. Really interesting.
Right. So when your teacher told you physics would do you good, this is what they were talking about. They meant that you were going to be a flow artist. Thank you very much to Sparkles, and thank you very much to James Kaiser, aka Darth Cephalus,
for bringing us
fantastic flow
Sparkles.
Artists. Sparkles. Woohoo. All righty. Are we ready for our next segment?
I'm sure ready. I think he'll giggle at the opening. Javan got to see the intro. He doesn't. I don't normally show him the guest intro beforehand. We just don't get around to it. I showed it to him this time, and I could tell him down below, like snickering at it a little bit.
So our special guest tonight is not a Saber competitor. In fact, he is one of the producers on our Kyber Cave production network here. He runs 2 shows at KCP, one with myself called Hearts of Kyber. We do that every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And then he does another show on his own called Beatdown. And that comes on every Tuesday. So with no further ado, please give it up for Mr. Jon Revel, a.k.a.
AKA AbiliTV.
Forgive me! We're so obsessed with youth culture and being youthful that we'll literally destroy ourselves to try to keep this or to try to achieve this or attain it.
Graveyard was never young and sexy.
That's because he's got that fabulous beard to fall on.
He's just got that. And people go, beard. How's he get it so nice looking? Oh my God.
What is up, Daddy-O?
Oh, I forgot about that. And I was reading what he typed. I wasn't actually insulting him. Please, nobody take that.
How you doing tonight, my friend?
I am learning how to saber battle.
Those are some mighty sabers you got going there. I'm just saying.
You know, my chopstick sabers, they come in handy for small fights.
You might want to get a doctor to look at that.
I mean, I do have the standard size one here, but in my tiny studio, well, it seems to be oversized.
Right. Well, my friend, the last time we had you sitting in this little guest spot, it was my first time meeting you.
Yes, that's right.
We were talking about your channel, AbiliTVs.
Yes.
Which is still running, still fantastic.
15 years.
Channel. 15 years running. So not only
nobody watching, but 15 years running.
So not only is Jon doing his own channel over there, he also has a couple of programs that he does here on Kyber Cave Productions as well.
And it's a lot of fun, I tell you, man. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Oh man, how long we're into? I think Hearts of Kyber. I think we're up to show I think this week is going to be 15
or 16, something like that. Yeah, I mean,
16.
When I think back to when we began, I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. You can't, no. And Jody,
you were very nervous, my friend. I was worried that you were gonna freak out and think it was way too much and not want to do it.
Oh, that's exactly what I did. Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute, what do you mean? I actually have to plan things?
Right.
Know what I'm talking about? That's not me. I'm a complete buffoon and idiot when I get up here.
Well, I've been running 14
huge, man.
Shows strong. We do one a week, so that's 4 times 4. We're almost at 4 months, dude.
Yes, we are, which is freaking awesome. Yep. I mean, when I look back on that, I mean, it's hard to believe it was just 4 months ago, but how far we've come.
Right. Well, why don't you tell people what shows you do with us?
Well, one of the ones that my friend here invited me to do, which basically was his brainchild, and he's like, but you have kind of what I'm looking for to bring it to life. And it's called Fourzze Kyber, where we will talk about different disabilities, mental illnesses, and things like that. One topic for 1 hour. And it's not us trying to bring you all the answer to exactly what it is for everybody, but just to get the discussion open, to hear what you guys in the audience have to say about maybe you're experiencing maybe something that, and if you're wanting to share, we definitely invite conversation. Right. It's on, yes, Wednesday nights. It's at 5 o'clock Pacific time, 8 o'clock Eastern time, which is where I'm at. I'm about 20 minutes away from Indy 500. And yes, I will be going there for the practice races again. I'll be bringing you guys some live footage from there to show you what it's like. And me like fanboying all over the place.
So on Fourzze Kyber, like we just, what was it? Was schizophrenia last week? Is that
schizophrenia was one of the ones? Yes.
We just did fibromyalgia was the one that we just did.
We just talked about that one for next week coming up.
No, that's the one coming up this week. Oh my gosh, I'm so lost. So we do a different topic every week, and we also try. Not only do we talk about like these different diseases, we've talked about everything from hydrocephalus, anxiety. We've talked about PTSD. We've talked about stiff body syndrome or stiff person syndrome,
cerebral palsy,
schizophrenia,
PTSD.
PTSD. Yeah, we've covered a lot. And just like Jon said, the idea is not to, we're by no means are we medical professionals, so it's not to let you tell you everything there is about the topic. One of the cool things that I like about our show that we do is we try to bring in video from popular culture. So if there's a movie that might have had a character that had a certain disease that we're discussing, or if we find, Oprah had an interview, or there's a Dateline story about this particular disease or something like that, we'll bring those in.
We try our best to find stuff that's relatable to people, so they can go, wait a minute, I know I've watched that before, and I never thought of it that way. And it's like, now that I rewatch it again, okay, and that's kind of like the light bulb moment. And that's what we try to do for people, is that there's a Big V12 over here, cerebral palsy. Oh my God, I remember you from you now. I just thought about it. I'm like, I know I recognize that from somewhere. Now, get me like a ton of bricks. You probably already told me. Sorry about that. Has a great comedian called D. Josh Blue, and you're correct. That guy is freaking comic genius. Love him.
Right. So, and Big V, thank you for bringing that up. That's really what the whole point of the show is about, is to let you know that, especially, we are the nerd community. What's up, Mike?
Hey,
we are the nerd community there. And there are so many people in our community that maybe when they were a child, maybe they had cerebral palsy, maybe they had some other disease that they couldn't necessarily go out and play with friends the way that they might have wanted to. So a lot of them grew up loving Star Wars and Star Trek and sci-fi and comic books. That's just kind of a reality of the group that we're in. I know we have, I meet a lot of people that deal with autism that come to the Kyber Cave, and everybody is welcome here. That's the whole point of that show, is just to let you know, all these people are living in the community all around us.
Yes.
And it's nothing to be ashamed of.
No.
It's nothing to feel bad about, but sometimes we just have to have a little bit of compassion for what other people are going through.
The other show that I help out with here, or do actually, this is my entire
out with. You do that one more than that one's all yours.
That's right. That one is all mine. My friend over here trusts me not to, flush things down the toilet. And no, what it is, I will find different saber schools from around the world. I might pick just a video like I did this last one, if it's especially stellar. And I didn't even realize this video was already like well known in our community here. I'm fairly new to this community, guys. I'm only like 4 months new to this. I've always loved Star Wars and all the other sci-fi stuff, but new to the, I didn't realize this was like an active community, you guys. So thank you very much for welcoming me and making me feel like I'm part of the nerd herd. That's awesome. So what I do is a show called Beatdown, and it's basically about grown people beating each other up with lightsabers in a safe way. Yes. And the last one that I did was a Russian school. Man, I'm telling you, man, they take ice skating to the next level. They take sports to the next, and they took lightsaber fighting to the next level. It's like,
they are called the School of Saber Fighting.
Yes. And I was just, so I added the moving floor effect that you'll see in that video. I added I took all of their music part of it and reduced it as much as I could and kept their sound effects. And then I threw in my own sad DJing over it.
Mez, do we have a clip of that? I thought you had said we had, I didn't see it in the brand section.
It's the outro, technically.
Oh, it's out. So, it's the outro. Okay. So I guess save it for the outro.
I could play it twice. I don't know.
I have a lot of fun with that because it gives a chance to spotlight and highlight. What I try to do is make each video cover just at first I was thinking, well, we'll just have a lot of different schools in there. But I figured, you know what, that could get really confusing for people that are fairly new to this going, what? And then I figured, we'll just highlight one school a week like that and show them off. And it shows off everything from the training parts on some of it to some of the more fun parts where you see people battling it out. And it just kind of varies a little bit to just kind of keep you interested.
Right. So so a lot of times it'll be just people practicing beating each other up. I love the way you do the editing on there because you take out a lot of the superfluous stuff and have it be more about just battles.
I try to remove all of this stuff where people step off after they score, they'll step off and then there's a few seconds. What I will do is I'll boom, cut, and then they're back in fighting again, but hopefully keeping it with the flow so it looks more natural rather than just cut and they're just kind of stop motion fighting.
Right. So then you have the DJ beats over there, and I have to say, I believe it's your episode 1. I think it was the one that had like a lot of the Star Wars beats on there.
Yes,
that one was a ton of fun, especially for the hardcore Star Wars nerds.
Yeah,
you're gonna recognize a lot of these songs. That was a lot of fun.
What I'll do is I'll take other people's remixes or their original stuff, and then I will put it onto my decks and throw it down and just remix it my own way and stuff. And what I use is something called a Rain 1. It's the motorized DJ controller, and it's a lot of fun to utilize and DJ with. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to jump you all over the place. What I will do is I'll usually do the mix live, and I'll do the editing live on my live broadcast called Behind the Scenes of Hearts of Kyber and Beatdown. And I'll be doing either editing or I'll be doing DJing and mixing it up live and having a little bit of fun. And
that's another cool aspect is you can watch the finished product on Kyber Cave Productions on Tuesdays, but he actually does a behind the scenes making of each episode on his own channel over at AbiliTVs. So you can see the show before the show is actually made.
Yeah, that way it kind of what I hope it does is for people that are thinking, man, I want to try something like that. I want to do so. It kind of shows you the creative process of it, what each step takes to get from point A to point B. It's not just simply something you just slap together and instantly have done. It does take work and effort to get there. Sometimes it's easier, sometimes it's more, it just varies.
Right.
Look at those fancy buttons.
So I would encourage you, check it out. It is on our channel. Make sure to check out Beatdown. Also check out Hearts of Kyber. Hearts of Kyber is a live show we do weekly at 5 p.m. Pacific. But Beatdown is an uploaded show that he uploads on Tuesdays.
Yeah, no talking in that one at all.
Right. But it's a lot of fun. It's meant for something for you to have in the background. The shows are typically anywhere from a half hour to an hour long. So it's not, it's not meant to be sit there really invest. It's just something fun to have watching people beat each other up with glow sticks while you have some cool DJ music playing on top of it. So definitely check those out. I want to talk about, so earlier in the broadcast, I had told everybody we're doing 20% off on our website, and I told them I would let them know why we're doing it later, and that's what I want to get into now.
You got it.
the reason we are doing 20% off on our website is to get more money. No, there's a purpose for that money. We are, my friend John here. You may not be able to tell, but he is in a wheelchair right now. He lives his life in this wheelchair. And he has had the same wheelchair for the last 15 years or so. And over the last couple of years, there's certain parts of his wheelchair, some spokes, for, I won't get all technical. I'll let him do that. At any rate, there are certain parts of the wheelchair that have become damaged. And because this wheelchair is so old, they no longer make this model of wheelchair. So he can't just get replacement parts for his wheelchair. He, in fact, has to get a whole brand new wheelchair now. And we're not talking about like the ones that you see at the hospital. Those are really meant for temporary use. That's meant to get you from the hospital to your car, or maybe just a day or two around your house. Those aren't meant for permanent, everyday use.
Kevin says, execute order capitalism.
Well, and that's what it's been the last couple of years. Haven't you been fighting with these insurance companies, John?
Yes, I've been fighting with Medicare. And Medicare has recently just approved an operation on me that's costing them about anywhere between $7,000 to $15,000. Here's a picture. Nothing gross. This is just showing you what my bandage looks like that's on my back. What that has is 2 leads that are probably about a foot. I would say probably about close to a foot long. I have 2 of them that go down into my back. Each one has 16 of these little points of electrical distribution points. And a machine that's on my waist right now is delivering 100% of what this machine can do for me. And here's the Nokia phone. No, just kidding. It's not really a Nokia phone. It looks like a phone. But I just want you all to see. This is an operation and process that Medicare okayed in less than their pre-authorization, less than 24 hours. I was at the appointment by 9 o'clock. I had the appointment somewhere like 3 in the afternoon, 9 o'clock the next morning. I got a call from the doctor's office saying, you've been approved for the surgery. Right. You know how long this trial is? You know how long all that money is for? 4 days. They might extend it, as I found out tomorrow, to maybe 7 or 10 days, but still, that much money for that little. And so far, the only thing it's done, right now I'm on the setting that's brought it down by just from 8 to 7.5 to maybe 7, barely 1 point. And
really quickly, when he's saying these numbers, these are pain levels.
These are my pain levels out of 10. Yes.
Right. The type of pain that John deals with, he has a nerve ending, and if you get a chance, if you watch our last episodes of Hearts of Kyber, we actually did a special on John. That whole episode was specifically about John, what he deals with, and why this is so important. So if you haven't, what's up, Graveyard? If you haven't had a chance to see that, that'll give you a little more information. We're not going to go into all of that here tonight. We don't have the time for that. But I did want to let you know that is for the next 2 months. That is why we're doing this fundraiser. So 20%, we're doing 20% off on all of our products, but also a portion of those, somewhere around 20%. We still got to figure that out on our end, how that works. Yeah. But a portion of that will be going towards a GoFundMe that Mez, our director, has set up for John. We have set up a GoFundMe to help raise money for John's wheelchair, so that he can have a decent quality of life. And we're not talking about like a big fancy electric motorized wheelchair. We're not talking about a big robot mech suit. We're talking about a simple wheelchair that's going to help him live his everyday life without a lot of discomfort, or I should say more so than he deals with.
Yeah, basically, it's a wheelchair that's considered complex rehabilitation technology. It's at that level.
You got those pictures? Oh, wait.
And
I got it right here.
If the pictures are up here, I could tell you guys what we're looking at.
Here we go.
So
there we go.
This is the one that I would like to get. This is a $8,000 up to in between $8,000 to $9,000, depending on which retailer I can find it at the best price at. It varies, and I try to keep up with the several retailers. So what we're looking at here is a chair that allows me over here off to the right, you'll see where it says center of gravity and stuff.
Right.
The center of gravity moves it forward and backwards along the frame. And then you got the height of the rear of the seat pan that can move up and down. No standard wheelchairs that are made today that are available offer these two features or functions alone. The other feature that this chair offers is that it's monotubed, meaning that it's a lot more gentle on vibrations transferred from the ground into me. And I can already tell you this, that if I am able to get this chair, it will last me more than 15 years.
Right.
The thing that's failing on my chairs, if you want to show the slide with all of the fork parts and stuff, I'll talk about those.
Is it?
These are more measurements. Okay. So yeah, you see the diagram there. You see the green and the red. That's what's failing on my wheelchair right now. And the way this manufacturer designed that made this to work as one piece, even though there are a total of 3 pieces that make up that part. There's the downstem, the red, the green part, which is the housing, and then inside the housing, there's a bolt that goes in there. They put the bolt permanently in there so you can't get it out. At least I can't. I've tried using hex screws or a hex wrench to get it out. I've tried to use drill bits. I keep breaking drill bits. I'm like, screw that. I'm tired of doing that. And with these just a little bit loose, go ahead and show them the frame with the
previous slide.
The forks where there's the one fork with a big hole. There you go. See that big hole there? The shiny ring that you see around the inner part, that's the outer raceway for the bearing. What happened is, since these little downstems wiggle a little bit, they put all this force onto this inner raceway, and there's 2 sets of bearings, one above, one below, and all of this force gets put on these bearings. You see how this bearing pattern is here? They're supposed to be evenly spaced all the way around. They're not supposed to be shuffled around like this. This is already missing 1 or 2 bearings. Once it loses enough bearings, the inner raceways then get shattered. They literally will get pulverized because of the movement of the downstem. I tried to stop this movement by drilling 4 little holes into the downstem housing because I couldn't get the downstem out. And what I tried to do is using the idea of a thrust bolt or screw to go in there and just push really hard against the downstem to stabilize it. That lasted about 2 weeks.
Right.
All right. So I can't really depend on that anymore. It's just a matter of time before the next bearings get blown out, and or the downstems just simply drop out of the housing.
Right. So this is very similar to a chair that Jon has now, which is why he knows it will last him a good long time. It's other thing,
basically, it's just I have the first generation. This is the second generation. Sorry.
Right. And because they no longer make the first generation, they no longer make the parts for that. So he can't just get the replacement parts, which is part of why. So what we are trying to do with our GoFundMe, and there have already been contributors to that GoFundMe already.
Well, thank you for those that have. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Just lost my train of thought. So we're looking at roughly $8,000 for that wheelchair. However, we're still going to need a little bit more than that. We are budgeting. I believe we had $15,000. Can't remember if we had $14,000 or $15,000 as our budget. But there we go. There are some extra modifications that need to be made, or we would like to make on this wheelchair. And this thing is so cool, dude. Obviously I don't deal with wheelchairs, so I didn't know this thing existed.
This is a propulsion lever, and when you buy this, you're buying a set of 2 of them, one for the left wheel and one for the right wheel. This is the particular set that I would like to own. Why? See these little arms right here? Well, there's a little mechanism right around here or here that allows these to slightly retract so you can pull this off of the wheelchair. So let's say I need to replace a wheel or a rim. I get to use the wheel of my choice then. Then this thing just clamps to the actual rim. And what this does is it moves all of the, when I use hand rims, I'm just using this part of the shoulder. That's it. I'm just using the rotator cuff, and very small, no matter what I try to do. 15 years now, I'm 53 years old. Okay. I recently have been having occupational therapy for my rotator cuffs because they're starting to give out. I purchased a special exercise machine and got a little weight set so that way I can do these exercises so that I don't end up losing the ability to use my arms. When that happens, I then have to be moved and then look into getting about a $45,000 to $60,000 power wheelchair. That's the kind of complex wheelchair that I would need in the power. So I want to keep it at this level. This level allows us to be really portable, lightweight, easy to get in and out of the vehicle, easy to get in around the house, and plus it's a lot less maintenance. So these would basically last me the rest of my life. I would never have to replace these again because these have very simple mechanics. I can maintain and keep those up. I've been keeping my wheelchair going for 15 years. Medicare will not cover the maintenance and repair of these types of wheelchairs, which is absolutely appalling. But I figure it this way. And here's how it looks on the chair. So if it was on the chair, it would be clipped to the wheel here. And this is their chair that they offer if you wanted to buy their chair with it. But let me find the one with the, see if I can show it. There it is with the lever on it.
Right.
And it makes, instead of using this part of your shoulder just on the hand ribs, changes it to the chest muscles and your back muscles, like you're rowing a rowboat.
Right.
It makes it like you're rowing a rowing machine rather than just, and it makes it much safer.
And you're basically using leverage. You're using physics instead of using your own, the whole force of your own body.
You have a lot more power. You have a lot more capability going up and down hills. This lets you brake. This lets you shift. This lets you turn. This lets you do everything you would with hand rims, but using levers. And when you're indoors, if you don't need them, let's say you got a narrow doorway that's a bit narrower, maybe like me, you live in a 1962 home, and you just pop these off for that, and you go through the door, and then put these on when you go back out or anything like that. But
and I would imagine, tell me if I'm wrong, but let's say you had to go to the hospital for the night and you had to use one of the hospital chairs. It seems like you could pop this on one of those and use it on another chair, right?
Only if their wheels are 24 inches.
Okay.
If they're 25 or 26 inches, these will not reach.
Okay.
My wheels are 24 inches on my chair, and I cannot actually sit in any other wheelchair. It will cause me to go into bad spasms within about 5 minutes to 10 minutes.
Rick,
that's why my chair is.
Is there a 20% code for the site? If you go to, I know on Graveyard site, if you use the code KyberCon3, you're going to get that discount. With kybercave.com, like I said, we are having a bit of challenge on our website.
Hey,
therefore, if you would like to make a sale, if there's something you want to buy, go ahead and message us directly at Kyber Cave through Facebook Messenger or email us at kybercave@gmail.com. And you will be able to talk to my store manager who will get that 20% set up for you.
Yeah, they have excellent customer service.
Oh, thank you. Well, but yeah, so we definitely want to make sure that everyone gets that 20%. But I will tell you, if you go to use the website right now, it will not come up. Conversely, the other thing that we can do is you can put your sale directly through and we can refund you out 20% as well on a PayPal, refund. So I definitely don't want to discourage anybody from buying any merchandise or product. Our goal is to raise $15,000. Anything that we raise over that, let's say we make 17,000, let's say we make 18,000, we are going to be donating that money towards an organization to help somebody else get a wheelchair.
Exactly. So I never see any of this money. I don't even have access to the accounts or nothing.
Right. Yeah. John didn't set this up. Our director, Mez, set this up.
Yeah.
So he doesn't even have access to any of this money. All of this money that we'll be getting, we will be raising on John's behalf. We are at Kyber Cave. We're going to be running this promotion for all of April and all January, February, March, April. Wait, what month is this? March and April. Sorry.
It's okay.
We're in March now. So all of March and all of April. And of course, May 4th comes up right after that. So that'll be a good time. If you haven't picked up your Saber from May 4th, you can get 20% off. And then also know that an additional 20% is going to be going towards John's wheelchair fund. So that will be all of March and all of April. And we in April too, don't forget, we will be doing our big giveaway for our Patreon. If you have not joined our Patreon page, for just as little as $1 a month, you get access to exclusive content and voting, as well as exclusive merchandise. every May 4th, well, so just before May 4th, so you can have your saber for May 4th, we give away 5 sabers. 4 for people on the friend tier, and on the family tier, you have the option or you have the chance at those 4 plus 1 that is a custom made saber. Nobody else on the planet will have one like it. Sorry, did I cut you off there?
No. I didn't. I was trying not to cut you off because Mezzo just posted. Yep, before long we'll. Oh, it's gone. Before long, they're going to send me where I can get. I can't actually touch the funds. If I touch the funds, then it's considered income, and then my benefits will cease. That's the frustrating part with that. But I will. What I will do is I will find the site with the best price that I can find, and then I will send you guys those deets, and then you can order it and just ship it to me from there.
That's right. That's what we're going to do.
And the same thing with the yeah, that's okay, Mezzo. I just want people to understand. I'm not trying to cheat anybody here. They will know exactly what the exact cost is. So then now any money extra that's left over will 100% be going towards a charity that helps people try to acquire wheelchairs. I've tried finding that over the years and I can't find it.
Well, then that means there's a need.
Well, I usually have them for kids. Kids usually have those needs and stuff. I get it. But there is a need for adults as well that might need help getting a wheelchair here or there too. So, but I have not been able to find one that can help me acquire the chair that I need.
So, and it was important for me to let everybody know that this was not something Jon thought of or even had
no.
Idea.
Actually, I'm quite humbled.
Metz and I started putting this together before Jon had any idea.
Cody, you're so right about that.
So we are very strong believers here at Kyber Cave. I've given away tons of sabers to children in need and different charities, foster kids, things like that. I'm a very strong believer in taking care of our own community, and Jon is a producer in our community. So if Medicare won't help him out, if he has to fight back and forth just to get something the man needs just to survive, screw it. If Medicare won't do it, Kyber Cave will, or at least we're going to do our best.
Just to let everybody know, I tried working with a corporation called New Motion for over a year now. I finally had an appointment fairly recently. That went horrible with them, and I had to report them to all sorts of government officials and Medicare for fraud and various other things. I didn't want to have to do that, but I'm not going to take being bullied. They bullied me. They yelled at me. They threatened me. They tried to shame me. They tried to make me feel as if I was nothing. And if I were to go to anybody and mention this, they would make sure that no one else would help me. Then 4 days later, I got a letter of them saying, we are dropping you. We are a letter of dismissal, basically. 4 days later. So they do carry through on their threat that they won't help you anymore. And I had the president of the company's attention before this, not too long ago, and he said, we will do everything we can to make things right. I guess that's how they do it. And so it's not like I'm just sitting back going, nah, I'm not just thinking, I'll just ask people for money. No, no, I don't want anyone to feel sorry for my ass. Yes, I am in pain. Yes, I do need a wheelchair, but don't feel sorry for me. That's not what I need. I don't need your pity. I don't need your sorrow. If that's what you got,
Jon. Rick is saying you were in Indianapolis, right?
Indianapolis, yes.
Okay, Rick is asking where are you at?
Sorry about that. Yep, Indianapolis.
Okay, yeah. The Kyber Cave crew, we have people all over the country. So Jon and I have never actually met. We've never been in the same room together. I have no idea why you're showing this again.
Oh, I was just he's drinking a beer. No, it's just water. Water. Sorry.
Shannon says Jon's a good man, but also a butthead.
Look,
I guess that's someone who knows you personally.
She's known me for 15 years, 14 or 15 years. She's known me from the beginning.
Wow. So we are doing this fundraiser now. We're going to do our best to get our man Jon some new wheels there. In fact, isn't that your name on a Beatdown DJ Wheelchair Beats?
Yep, DJ Wheelchair Beats. Hey,
the ones and twos.
A man on the wheels of steel. Well, sometimes titanium.
That's right. So I wanted to bring Jon on tonight. We have had, like I said, we had Jon on 2-3 months. Well, we've been running Hearts of Kyber for 3.5 months, so it's probably been about 4 months that I've known you then.
Yeah.
Because I remember we met that first time, and I was like, right after we met that first time, I was like, oh, dude, I want to work with this guy. And then I think that's when we started discussing Hearts of Kyber.
He's loco. He's loco, guys.
I'm just lonely. I don't have any friends. Cut me a break.
Honey, you do not need to tell me he's loco.
Yeah.
Oh, I should not have done that. Ooh.
So yeah. So make sure to check out Hearts of Kyber. Make sure to check out Beatdown, and then also check out AbiliTVs. Jon, is there anything you want to say on kind of closing, or to let people know, or do you want to let them know about your other channels, or any words of wisdom you have?
I'll give some wisdom. I've been dealing with my pain situation for 28 years. So if you see me as being calm, cool, and collect, and happy and demeanored, that's a choice that I have to make by force every single minute of every day. I choose my attitude. I choose how to react to the pain. And I find that seems to be the best way. And doing things like this, interacting with people, doing my broadcast and mixing music, doing things that I love with all my heart, not chasing down the dollar. It's probably about the best way that I can say that helps me cope with and manage my pain. My pain, I'm at peace with. I've had to come to peace with this, or else it would be the other route, delete myself. And I'm not doing that. I tried that at age 7. I'm a delete survivor. And so basically, I think back to those times and I think to myself, no, I was spared for a reason. And I'm hoping that reason is to help other people.
Right.
And that's what I try to do every day.
Well, I know you do a fantastic job on your AbiliTVs. Like I was saying, when we first met, I remember vividly when we first met and I interviewed you. I remember I woke up early on a Saturday morning and I tuned into your channel and I got stuck there for like 2.5 hours.
Just I remember that. You. You kept saying, I have something to do. I have to tell you. And then you kept hanging out.
Josh is saying, hope things work out in your favor, Jon. Just keep going. Yes, Jon, you are definitely an inspiration to many of us here.
It's not what I ever planned to do in my life, but if that's what I am, I'm glad to be here for you.
Right. Well, you definitely are. You definitely have been encouraging to other people. I know I love working with you on Hearts of Kyber. I feel like it's one of the weird shows on this channel. I feel like it's the weird show on this channel because all the other shows are about fun, right? Like we've got Kyber Cave After Dark, which is just us BSing. We've got all of our gaming channels. We've got Beatdown, which is just saber fighting. And then the one semi-serious show, Hearts of Kyber. But I am very proud to be running that show with you. Like I said, this week our topic is fibromyalgia. So when you tune in on Wednesday, that is what we are going to be talking about then. Jon, I want to...
Bat Mike's statement up there, please. Yeah, Bat Mike. Thank you, man. 1977 right there. Bat Mike right there. Bro, man, I'm sorry to hear that you've been dealing with that. As you know, pain, it's type of pain that we'll deal with, however it is that it's there. It's stuff you wouldn't wish on your worst enemy. I mean, your worst. And so yeah, man. This is one of the reasons why I try to get out here and I try to do what I do so that folks know that, hey, we're not alone in this battle, even though we are maybe dealing with unique situations to ourselves, but we're experiencing the same feelings, the same emotions, the same troubles, the same frustrations over time. And it's so daunting trying to find group or a place that you kind of fit in. And well, thanks to my friend over here, we've got, it just, wow, I've been trying 15 years to find something like this and boom. It's coming together here. I don't mind.
Had to pick up a lightsaber.
Whatever works. Yeah, you got it, Netzo. Whatever it takes for it to work. And that's the way I've always looked at it. I figured, man, I don't have the talent alone. I need to figure out, and then boom, just, as if it was meant to happen. Michaela, then my friend here, and then boom, we just, I'm telling you, I mean, this has been basically what I've been envisioning in my head for years and years and years, and just too afraid to really take that extra step to step out of that comfort zone. And my friend over here could say, back when we were starting out, I mean, remember how scared crapless I was? I mean, I was just like, oh my God, this is outside my wheel. Now it's kind of like, well, yeah, give me that wheelhouse.
It's so funny. Like, you know, and I know this isn't going to make sense to a lot of people here, but when we first started talking about this project, and I was like, okay, we need to go find video clips from popular movies, and we need to cut those down, and we need to, and like, I could see how intimidated you were about the whole process. I wasn't sure if you were going to make it through, but
it was a tsunami.
Once we did that first show, and when I say first show, I mean show number 2. Our very first show was kind of a throw. We were just talking about what we were going to do, but we hadn't started the process yet. I feel like once we got past show 2, it clicked in your head, and you're like, okay, I got this.
It did actually. It was a light bulb moment. It was like, I'm like, no, I get it.
Right. You just needed to see the final product and what it looked like. And I hope that some of you tune over, go and check out some of our past episodes of Hearts of Kyber. We have a lot of fun on that show. We try to make it fun but serious at the same time. We're talking about serious topics, so we're definitely not joking around about.
Yeah, we're not making fun of things. You know, we might make fun of me, but that's another thing.
Yeah, we definitely try to keep it light and fun and informative over on that show. So make sure you are checking out Hearts of Kyber. Make sure you are checking out The Beatdown. And of course, AbiliTVs. Make sure you are tuning in over there to see what John's got going over on his channel. All right, Miss Meso, I think we are ready for an outro. Thank you so much, Mr. John. And I will see you Wednesday.
All right.
Hello. One of the life's greatest blessings is the freedom to pursue one's goals. Yes, thank you, Robert. I agree with that. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Mets, you got no mic, Mets.
It would help if I unmuted. Like, it was my mic. We've been having this issue lately, or I've been having this issue where like all of a sudden the browser disconnects from my mic and I have to like troubleshoot to fix it. Right. And I had muted myself because I was like, I think I fixed it, but I don't want to be talking like while they're talking and test it. So then I just left myself on mute. John said, I was saying noise. John said noise, and I was like, noise. And then no one could hear me. Thank you so much, guys. And don't forget, in the comments is the GoFundMe, the link to that, and to AbiliTV YouTube channel. I also had to put in the comments the link to Graveyard's merch for their podcast. If you use the KyberCon 3 code, you get 15% off, but all the profits will go to Wheelchair Fund for John. So yes, make sure you hit the like button. Yes. That really helps us out.
We have been growing. Actually, we've been growing a little bit faster and faster. It's starting to the little boulders starting to move down the hill faster. And we appreciate all of you tuning in every week. I love seeing. It's so funny when we started the show like 2.5 years ago. We'd have like 2 or 3 viewers, and it would dip after like the first 5 minutes. And like now, like it's so nice to see so many people consistently. We're at the end of the show.
We have a good retention. I was trying to think of the word retention. I'm like retaining it. No, that's not right. So thank you so much for all of you that tune in and watch either now or later on the upload of the stream. Yes. And there'll be more. Don't forget to check out the description again to see the information, and check out John's show that he has with Van here on Wednesday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific.
Hey, really quickly, I know it's down below, but just because I can't see that, tell me so that when I talk to people I know, how do I get to that GoFundMe? Is it GoFundMe / something?
If you want to specifically get to it, like just by typing it in, it's let me make sure I get it correctly. GoFundMe.com/F/help-Jon AKA AbiliTV it's like between a dash between each word.
Oh.
Help Jon AKA AbiliTV get a wheelchair.
Help Jon.
But if you just click on the link in the description, it'll take you straight to it.
Okay. Josh says this is my first time and I'm hooked. Yay! Thank you, Josh.
Yay.
We love getting new people addicted.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you very much. And then yes, Graveyard said awesome shirt, Mezzo. Yes, for those who don't know, this is our Monday night retro gaming upload show, and there will be another upload tomorrow night. I've got my shirt on.
I know. I didn't wear mine tonight. I almost wore mine tonight too.
Make sure you
checking out Retro Alcove every Monday night. That is Graveyard. He does all the fun old school games on Monday nights. So yes, we have 3 different nights where we do gaming nights. Mondays,
I know it's crazy.
Wednesdays and Friday. Wait,
and
Monday,
then the occasional 2 Queens and a Force uploads.
Right,
that we get to do as well. And then Great Force and Mrs. Force is what they're known by. Are also do Last of Us. They're going to be finishing up so they can start Last of Us 2. All right, so moving on, we have Kevin Hogan, who is our convention reporter. He goes to conventions every week, and this week he has a report for us. So let's see what
Stockton Con, I believe.
Oh.
Hello, this is Kevin Hogan from Northern California with another episode of California Comic-Con Adventures. On the weekend of Sunday, February the 26th, 2023, our friends over at Ohana Comic-Con visited the Hayward Castro Valley area there. They got to see lots of our local friends there and their cool cosplay contest there, showing off their cool costumes they made there. Also got to see some fun vendors at their vendor hall there. Ohana Comic-Con, as you know, visits a different city in California up and down the state every weekend there, visiting local Elks Lodges, Moose Lodges, and Veterans Halls there. Ohana Comic-Con is usually very economically priced. Admission to their events is usually under $10 or so there, and their areas they go to usually has free parking there, so whenever they visit a city near you, definitely recommend checking them out there. Also that same weekend, February the 25th to the 26th, was Stockton Con Winter 2023 over at the Stockton Arena there. That was a fun event there. We got to see lots of the Stockton furries come out there with their fun mascot outfits there. I myself there had my Mao Here's a Pure Heart costume there, and I was walking around. I was the Star Trek Lower Decks Cation Cat Doctor walking around also there. We got to see a whole bunch of fun cosplayers from all over California coming out there. We got to see lots of fun Star Wars characters walking around there, even R2-D2 and Chopper rolling around there with other droids. So cool there. Lots of Stormtroopers, another Sith and Jedi there. We got to see lots of horror movie characters from the Silent Hill walking around there. We even got to see Sonic the Hedgehog and Knuckles walk around there. Even the characters from Scooby-Doo with a giant inflatable Scooby-Doo were walking around there looking for clues and solving mysteries. It was a great time there. Stockton Con has a couple events every year, every 6 months or so, a summer and winter event there. So if you're ever in the Stockton area there, it's a really fun event there. They have a big parking garage right next to the arena, so it's very convenient even on a rainy day there. Just want to make sure your cosplay fits through the metal detector, being like a sports arena there, so it's convenient there. And they do have actors and celebrities up there on the upper level there signing autographs and saying hi to people there, so it's fun to get to meet some famous people at the same time there. And they do have just a couple of panel rooms on the lower level there, so they still do a cosplay contest there, and they have a couple panels throughout the day there, so it's a fun thing to get to do while you're there over the weekend there also. And for those of you looking forward to upcoming events there, there's some things later on to look forward to, such as over in the Los Altos area on Saturday, March the 11th, 2023 is going to be the NorCal Spring Cosplay Gathering there in the Los Altos area. And also on March the 12th, our friends over at Ohana Comic-Con are going to be visiting the Fairfield area, so it'll be fun to check out that there. And also on Sunday, March the 12th, is going to be the 5th annual Contra Costa Con event there in Concord, so it'll be fun to check out all the Star Wars characters going on over at that there. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy the pics, and we'll see you out there at the next Comic-Con.
I love that report. It always gives me an ability to plan out where I need to be. We are planning on being at next Sunday, a week from today. We will be probably at OhanaCon in Fairfield. The reason why I say probably is because they are sold out. They are booked out of spots.
Oh.
But sometimes I know people, and usually what they let me do is I usually give them a lightsaber to give away to the winner in first place, and they let me have the spot right in front of the door.
That's nice. I mean, that's nice. That's definitely nice.
Nice little trade-off. I can't complain.
Thank you, Kevin Hogan, for your report on the conventions. Yeah. Kevin says one of the guys the cosplay contest dressed like Stewart from Mad TV, and a lady was the mom did the whole skit. So it's like, oh my gosh. Stewart.
I was gonna ask that because I saw the pictures, and I saw the one guy. I was like, is that guy Stewie?
Yeah. Stewart go like, if you got it, put it, something like that. I never really watched Mad TV. Like SNL and Mad TV, those are never like shows I really got into and watching. I did watch the Pedro Pascal one though.
Wow.
I couldn't resist that one. Sorry. All right. So for our shows during the week, you got, you're watching it tonight. Saber Rattle, 7 p.m. Pacific. We have Monday night Retro Alcove uploads. Woo-hoo. We have Tuesday Beat Down with Jon AKA AbiliTV, who was our guest tonight. We have Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. with Moa. Yes. With myself or with friends, it just depends. Oh, that kind of rhymes. And then Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific is Hearts of Kyber with this dude right here. And John, who was our guest tonight. That is a very, very touching, deep show. And yes, you are right that it's very different from all the other shows that we have. Thursday nights, we at 8 p.m. Pacific, we also have another gaming stream. And right now they're doing the Dead Space remake. So that's really cool. Friday nights, we have 8 p.m. is our After Dark 18 Plus show. We recommend 18 and older for that because there's adult conversations, adult language is allowed. Like at this show, man. Saturday, we have a new show coming up.
I'm so excited about it. We don't have a name yet for it.
We don't have a specific name quite at this moment.
The working title is The Nerd Out.
Yes.
That kind of gives you, and I'm so excited about this show. This show is going to be so fantastic. Mm-hmm. Graveyard is the main producer on it, but it's going to have lots. It is his baby. His baby. But we're going to recognize lots of other Kyber Cave hosts on there as well. It's going to be pre-produced, meaning that there's work that they do ahead of time, kind of like how we do on this show. And they're just going to be talking about cool things in pop culture, whether it's video games, comic books, TV shows, but they're going to get super nerdy. Wait till you hear all of the knowledge that Frey has. That woman knows a lot more about
blows me away. Frey girl, you blow me away. All right, guys. Well, have a wonderful evening. Please make sure to tune in to the Retro Alcove upload tomorrow night. That will be the 7th guest with Graveyard and myself. You guys have a wonderful week, and we will catch you soon.
And next week, just so you know, because we know who next week's guest is, we have the fantastic Mr. Kang Snow of Lightspeed Saber League. He runs, if you've heard of Lightspeed, they are a large international saber fighting group based out of Southern California. He will be our guest. He has been on this show before, but he's going to be coming on to talk about, they have a tournament coming up in Vegas this summer. And he's going to be on the show to talk to us about that. So make sure you tune in next week.
All right, guys. Have fun. Have a good evening. We'll chat you later. Catch you later.
Bye.
My goodness. Bye.
Bye.